Good. Hello? Are we on? I think so. Hello, everybody. Oh, that's better. Welcome to the program. Good day to you. It's Sunday. It's dark for some reason. It's the morning and it should be bright, but it's not. It feels like it's 6 p.m. Nevertheless, we're going to get through it. We're going to soldier on and forge ahead. You can't just push ahead. You have to forge. Forge is really a strong word, and it's only ahead. Nobody forges backwards or forges in place. That's not how we do things. We forge simply only ahead. Also, I will say, if you haven't already, I urge you to check out the latest episode of Hey W with my guest and longtime coworker, as you will understand, Wardlow. It may be one of my favorite episodes. Maybe it's the chairs that did it. We got new chairs. There's a lot going on. I don't think anyone has heard him talk at this length about such many things. I think people are learning things and certainly seeing things. And we talked in a variety of different ways. And it was emotionally cathartic for me. And I had no idea it was going to be. So it was surprising for me to do. Please watch it. Please like it. Please share it. Please comment on it. And tell them you want more, because now Renee's in AEW, and if I get squeezed out, we're in trouble. At the end, that would be horrible. So I'm really relying on you for the continuation of my career. Let us talk to people here. Midnight Cowboys here and say, yay, I'm going to be able to watch live for the first time in weeks. He also said, I highly recommend anyone to watch RJ and Allison Rosen. I've been on 5 times. We did a solo video a while ago for her Patreon that I think she'll be making public soon. And I also did a couple of appearances with Dalton. The last one was very ridiculous and involved some light bullying, which is fine because I wasn't the one being bullied. But please go check it out. I'm sure she will have. I think she's going to have more wrestlers on too. I think I was the gateway for her having wrestlers on. So I certainly feel happy in that regard. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. Nail said, good morning, all. The Hey W Wardlow episode was absolutely perfect. I'm happy people are enjoying it and enjoying him and enjoying the chairs. Amanda needs more pectoral conversations. We talked about a lot. SM said, remember when I asked RJ to request for Wardlow to take his shirt off? Well done, RJ. The pec popping was a plus. Well, now you're spoiling it for everyone. Rachel said hi. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. Nail said hi. Maybe RJ could do a dramatic reading with his pecs today. Let's keep that particular parlor trick on that episode. I want to drive the views there. I don't want to just split it. Tracy said, good morning, everyone. Drinking high anxiety for the first... Oh, I've lost my place already? Jesus. Good morning, everyone. Drinking high anxiety for the first time today, as it is my birthday morning cup. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have some good old-fashioned birthday anxiety, thinking about another year older, another year closer to death, perhaps. Who knows? Or another year you're just alive and you're wasted. And go, what the hell did I do that for? That's what that coffee is for, which you can buy at rootlesscoffee.com. I also... coffee, it's on its way. The high anxiety coffee is on its way to Jerry Lynn right now. And he drinks a lot of coffee and he's very discerning about it. So I'm nervous for him to taste it. Diadea said, good morning, everyone. Mass Sanity said there was definitely some Morse code going on. Christine said, hello, RJ and chat. Sitting outside Toronto City Hall, just dragged my ass through a 5K. Was inspired by the pec dancing. Well, I think maybe if you pulsate, it'll forge you ahead during your 5K. I don't know why you're running marathons. I don't know why anyone runs marathons. They're too long. They're not enjoyable. I'm not saying you're a bad person for doing it. I'm just saying I don't understand why. Whatever the chemical is that makes you do that, and your brain goes, "Oh, that's a great." I don't have that inside me. Rowdy Katie said, "Good morning. Happy to have a Sunday off work for a change. The Wardlow episode was great, and I love the lore of the slap." Well, it's not really lore; it actually happened. Tom said, "Good morning." So between the shiner you gave David, and the slap you did to Wardlow, are you worried the boys will say you're unsafe? No. He didn't. He just said the slap was hard. He didn't say it was unsafe, and I think there's a big difference there. And David should learn to get his hands up. Nail said, guys, the wonderful Christine met Wardlow last night at Greektown Wrestling and got him to say hello to SM and I, and I'm still screaming this morning. Thank you, Christine. Rob said, feels like Wardlow was talking too loud with his packs. It's because he was mic'd. Mass Sandy said, I like to forge diagonally. Clarence said, love your underwear today. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Clarence. Let's look at them. These are an old pair, and I found them again. They got the eyes, and they're crying, I think, or to have some sort of discharge on them. Maybe it's allergy season. Maybe that's what they're going for there. It's not so much a weeping. The shape of it doesn't seem so sad. Sean said, good morning, RJ. Sleepless in Seattle or You've Got Mail? I prefer none of them, really. I'm just not crazy about Tom Hanks. I would pick Harry Met Sally if I had to. Tracy said, thank you. Erin said, good morning. The week didn't feel right after missing last week. Erin was not here. She's now back, and all is right with the world. SM said, I watched the video way too many times. Happy Human Adventure said, good morning to all. Good morning. Also, Wardlow used to live very close to Painesville, Ohio. I think he should be billed from there. Yeah, Painstown. The poor people. Well, I think it's Pains. The way you're writing it means it's Pains with an E, and thus not the actual pain, and it would sort of ruin the pun there. Rachel said, RJ, don't you have lights or something? I have lights on. Look, this is what happens when they're off. That's how dark it is right now. So appreciate it, Rachel. Positively E said, hey. Spot Center said, people are dying in the streets to know where your allegiances lie on the Ron Funches versus Matt Taven war. I've said it multiple times. I think Ron Funches is a selfish, domineering piece of shit. And I think the whole happiness thing is a scam. It's a ruse. It's an act. And Matt Taven, I think, is a charming, genuine, beautiful, purple jean-wearing individual. Joe said, thank you for keeping Lawrence Welk in popular culture. It's down to just me now. Rob said, hey, RJ, I'm actually from Warren, Ohio, which is only about a half hour from Middlefield, which is definitely a big-time Amish community. You are the man, sir. Keep it up. Good work. I'm not joking. Wardlow comes from a legitimately heavily Amish community, and I had read that there's so many Amish people there that the Walmart parking lot has hitching posts for their horses. This is like a parking lot for horses. I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure there's different orthodoxies of Amishhood. They're allowed to do some things. They can't use a car, but they can go to Walmart. Seems a little askew to me, but who am I to judge? Nell said, can you tell Christine that she is wonderful and we love her using only your pecs? Okay, we're only doing this once because I don't want to make it a fucking thing. Okay? And scene. If you want to see more peck popping, you got to go watch the episode. Do you understand? Bazit said, hello from Pakistan, my good friend. I haven't seen the Wardlow interview yet. Well, you should. Doubt he spoke any Punjab. Bazit was so nice to send me the translation of what Sanjay said about me last week. Some of it was nice, some of it wasn't. You and Renee should have a post-Dynamite YouTube show. I could have done it all by myself, too. Rob said, I enjoy reading Hello from Pakistan, my naked friend, every week. And so do I. It's warm and it's earnest. Human Adventure said, the other night, I caught my youngest daughter, 6 years old, rubbing a block of cheese on her arm. I asked what she was doing. She said, eating cheese. I don't think she was. Did you do weird things as a kid? I think just being a kid is weird. And I think children are supposed to do weird things. It's the point. That is entirely the point. Here's a responsibility-free period of time. Get it out of your system now. Because if you rub cheese on your arm as an adult, no one will be talking to you. I used to eat raw dough. I used to also eat sand. And yeah, I used to do this constantly. It was like a facial tick. This is what kids do. Weird. Find me a normal child, and I will find you someone who is not a child, quite frankly. She's gonna be okay. Mikey said, song request for whatever you feel in your heart. What do I feel in my heart? Sometimes people ask me stuff like this, and then I don't know. This always happens, and I should have a song like prepared or something. Let me look. I'm gonna look through my playlist of stuff and see if anything is coming into my head. Maybe, maybe not. All right. Give me one moment. Let me press the coffee while I think about whatever is in my heart. Uh, eh, and okay. All right. Hold on. Let's get this pressed. Okay. And then we will pour it. Um, when somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way through the good or lean years and through all the in between years. Come what may, taller than the tallest tree is. That's how it's got to feel. Deeper than the deep blue sea is. That's how deep it goes when it's real. When somebody loves you, it's no good unless he loves you all the way. Happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. Come what may. Who knows where the road will lead us? Only a fool can say. But if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. All the way. Wasn't that nice? Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate that. And it just jogs things in my head. And I go, what do I want to sing? Tracy said, Christine saying happy birthday. Tracy, Sean said, hi, RJ. I'm watching Cronenberg's The Fly. Do with that info what you will. It's disgusting, but also so sad. And Sean, there's a sequel. It's not so good. So once you've done that, maybe you want to scope it out. There's a reason you haven't really heard about it. Nails has tweeted the Wardlow versus RJ match. It was a long time ago. I think we had only wrestled once. Miss Andy said, were there more names that you had planned for Wardlow in that other company? No, we usually go for 3 and then we workshop them. We have a focus group of fans and then they start weighing in. So it didn't get far enough along in the process. Diadea said it's biblically accurate underwear. Nail said, are they eyes and noses? No, they seem to just be tears. I don't see. That's not a. Oh, God, that's not a nose. It'd be very offensive if it was a nose. Spot Center said, my son and his mom had COVID all last week. I never got it because I grew up with a lot of TV shows on force fields and just simply bought one on Amazon. Well done. Your underwear needs some Visine. Thank you. Rob said, I feel like you're a big Carol Burnett show fan. I think I became less of a fan because people shoved it down your throats with the reunion episodes and everything. Joe said, thank God someone said it. I'm not a Tom Hanks fan either. Anything after Bosom Buddies. SM has been a member for 30 months. Never used the word discharge and underwear in the same sentence. We have a lot of areas that can produce a lot of different substances, and we have to accept it. Adam said they should rename the town for Wardlow. I think they should. Michelle said, hello, all. It's been a while. I've had some health issues going on, but I'm feeling much better. I've missed the chaos we all know and love here. Turned 51 yesterday. I don't feel a day over 75. The life expectancy is growing. So I think you're right on track with how you should feel. You're going to be okay-ish. We're all going to be okay. SM said, what's with the Tom Hanks hate? I didn't say I hate him. I didn't give him the tooch. I was just not crazy about him. Sean said, I'm glad I know how to say Catherine Hahn in Peck. Who's that guy in Groundhog Day? You're thinking about Bill Murray, who's apparently not so hot right now. By the way, furthermore, I guess I have to announce it. I was asked to be the godfather for my niece. They gave me this mug to do it, but I'm not the sole godfather. It's a co-godfathership. The mother's brother will also be a godfather. I don't know. I guess there's also a godmother too, not on my doing. So I'm a co-godfather. Is it really a godfather at all? Is it really a conglomeration of gods? And we're almost back to ancient Greece, where there's a god for everything. Is that how it works now? Is it polytheism? I'm not quite sure. What are my responsibilities in this situation? What were my responsibilities if I had just been solo? I'm not really sure. No one seems to be able to answer this for you, except for, people make up shit and then do it a couple years and then call it tradition. And then you can always change it. So who's to say? You could make up, or you could live in a world where a godfather just never speaks to the godchild, and that could be tradition if you do it long enough. Mia loves Matt Taven. Good for you. Sean said, RJ's been right about Funches. Ha. Ha. I've lost my place. I'm going back. I'm going right back here. Discharge. Here we go. Adam said the American Gladiators ripoff Knights and Warriors was produced by Lawrence Welk Productions. He had a lot of money and a really good foothold in TV, and I think he must have produced a lot of stuff. The same way Desi Lou, I think, did Star Trek and all those things. Leo agrees about Ron Funches. Nail said, I didn't know Taven and Ron Funches were feuding, but Team Taven all the way. Funches was trying to feud with me at like the beginning of the pandemic, I think, and then he dropped it. He didn't know what he was doing, and I took that to heart. Adam said, I heard that the Amish are unable to use rollerblades. Well, they don't have the ankle strength. Nell said, I'm into animal cruelty. Joe said, I wore my Lawrence Welk hoodie out this week, and no one knew who it was. Not Bret Hart or Colt Cabana or anyone at the show. Well, that's because that's what happens when you don't book me. Rod said, I'm from Ashtabula, Ohio, which sounds too grand for Ohio. Sounds very post-apocalyptic, a little Mad Max. We must ride to Ashtabula. I went to college very close to Middlefield. Yes, there are posts for horses at the stores. Thank you for confirming, Rod. I need that. Sometimes you read stuff. You're never quite sure. Thank you for confirming. Sean said, I'm on a permanent rum springer. You have to spring the rum. You can't just pour it. Bassett said, someone pay Archer to do a dramatic reading of Weird Amish Paradise. Please don't. Those are never funny as you want them to be. Why do I have hiccups? Rob said, Warren, Ohio, definitely not an Amish community, definitely a ghetto community. Which I don't know if that's a term we can use in that context anymore. Rob said, how come you didn't ask Wardlow about all his Ward hoes? I didn't know he had them. And quite frankly, in my research, the Amish thing took precedent. It's either a rule of thumb I got from Diane Sawyer. You can either talk about hoes in an interview, or you can either talk about Amish people in an interview. And I made a creative decision. Sean said, I second the idea for the Renee and You show. Almost tweeted something like that this week. Well, don't fucking tell me. I have zero control over this. Neil said, RJ was an old lady as a child, so I think everything he did was considered weird. Diadea used to eat her mom's lipsticks because I thought they were just conveniently packaged candy. I don't like that's logical for a kid. And they do look like it. Chapstick, too. Leo said, I did so many weird things as a child. Courtney said, what was the most important thing I need to wear to go out as you for Halloween, RJ? Well, I don't know. If you do it in your underwear and then you got to wear a bra. I don't wear a bra, so it doesn't look like me, but you certainly can't go topless. So I would say, if you go as the Hey W Me, maybe a nice swoop neck black shirt, khaki pants, glasses with no lenses, and an on-air sign maybe, and hold it like the log lady from Twin Peaks. Queen's Army is here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Rob said, why is my name Gray? How the fuck should I know, Rob? Leo said, I used to do spit bubbles, and we had a boy-hating piece of shit teacher who got angry at me for doing it. The overhead projector, they used to put it up, and the teacher was writing on the board, and when she did it, I put my middle finger on the overhead projector, so it would project a shadow into the front of the class of the middle finger. And this girl named Emily ratted me out. She was a lot of chapstick. She ratted me out. And my teacher, Miss Cairns, she liked me, so she was disappointed. And she said, I just remember the pose, and she said, is that true? No, we don't do that in my class. And I felt horrible. And I was just like, you're so stupid. It was a nice little joke. You had to fucking ruin it. Michelle said, love that Ohio is representing today. I'm from the non-Amish part of Ohio. You're from modern Ohio. I'm just out here in the country, way out in the middle of the cornfields here. It doesn't sound Amish at all. Human Adventure said, talking about weird things you would eat. I would eat mustard on my bread. My wife still eats a sandwich with bread and butter, pickles, and peanut butter. She's not pregnant. You just have a lack of morals. I understand why you're eating them. EJO said, and what's your favorite curse word. I mean, I feel sometimes so basic saying fuck. I feel like I'm not an interesting person if I say fuck. I shit. Shit is so not even a curse word to me. People shouldn't bleep it out. They bleeped it out, I think, in the beginning of the Wardlow episode. I didn't realize shit was on the list of bad words. I hope they don't do it again. Ass, shit. You're being no. It's a little fucking fuck. Might just be fuck. I don't think fucking is right. I think it's just fuck because you're gonna you can get down there. Because I don't even consider ass. If I don't consider ass and shit, I'm really only left with fuck and the C word, which I don't even want to say. It makes me uncomfortable to say. I think those are like the only two, and bitch is, you know, bitch was nothing. It is that dog loophole really ended it for bitch. Amanda said, I booked my hotel for Detroit and Old Wrestling. Yes, in a couple of weeks, Dalton and I will be at Old Wrestling. I booked my hotel and my costume is almost complete. I'm excited. It's so stupid. As am I. Nell said, Rob, if you used to be green, it means your membership ran out. Oh. Leo said, my teacher was a dick, I think. Yeah, you wrote duck, but I think you mean dick, right? My teacher was a dick on a chappy TV show about spelling, and you could tell she was living for it. What a horrid time. That's my favorite swear word, horrid. Yiminy Cricket said, also, good morning, RJ. Sorry I had to step away for a bit. Nail said, Amanda, is it a surprise or can you tell us about it? We'll just wait to see the costume. Rowdy Katie, with a wonderful goldenrod request. My theater announced the new season and Brigadoon wasn't included. Please sing the Brigadoon song to help me get over it. Oh, yeah. Love Brigadoon. One of my favorites, and it just comes out of my head like no problem. Brigadoon, Brigadoon, in the night or the afternoon, your bridges and rivers make me swoon. Brigadoon, Brigadoon, the village where we only eat soup with a spoon. A Brigadoon, the village where the sun is eclipsed by the moon. A Brigadoon, Brigadoon. The village with flowers arranged in sort of a festoon. Brigadoon, Brigadoon. I hope you will come back very soon. Brigadoon, Brig. Oh, Lord. Brig. That's it. Adoon. This Brigadoon is a Scottish, it's a musical, and the town appears every 100 years, and Van Johnson is in it. And that's definitely the song. Yes, Leo meant dick instead of duck. I'm glad I caught that. Christine said she's going to be able to make it to Old Wrestling after all, which is very great. Miss Annie said, who did you prefer as host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry or Bob Eubanks? I liked them both. I really, really like Card Sharks a lot. It has a great theme song. Like it really, they were having a time. Spot Center said, last time I spoke to Wardlow, I told him if he was going to wrestle out of the area to buy his mom a high spot subscription so I wouldn't have to record my TV so she could see him. Then AEW was born. Isn't that something? Amanda said, I'm from 15 minutes east of Cleveland, and Middlefield is 100% Amish country, and it's like going back into 1820 or something and seeing all the horses and buggies. That's so weird, because I always thought, Pennsylvania and Ohio were on the cutting edge of society. Leo said, and crappy to chappy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, chappy I didn't catch, but the Dick Duck thing I did. Sean said, the Fly too? Look it up. Christine said, RJ trying to make me cry in public with that song. Neil said, your Wardlow match was 2016. The whole event is IWC winner takes all. It's on YouTube. If people watch it, you're the main event, obviously, and dastardly. Please watch the AEW episode first, please. Let's stick with the current content and use that as a supplement. Rob has a 60-second scene. A teacher breaking up a karate fight in the hallway, and the teacher is completely unfamiliar with karate even existing. Okay, so teacher breaking up a karate fight in the hallway knows nothing about karate. Well, guys, stop it. Whoa, that is cool. That's cool. Great. Granted. Wow. First of all, wow. Second of all, stop because you're not. That is just really an impressive exhibition of athleticism. And I want to, and also not only that, it seems to take a tremendous amount of discipline for you to even attempt that. That's not a normal a body movement. You seem to have an incredible, both of you, an incredible amount of respect and control of your limbs. And I don't know what discipline you use to train these. Hopefully somebody taught you, someone in charge, put it all together. That is fantastic, guys. I'm gonna need you to stop for a bit because then I want to talk about this a lot. And those are cool. Those are what they're belts, but there's no loop. You just tie it's like fabric, and this holds the lack of a better term, bathrobe jumpsuit. Okay, I understand now. Oh, that's great. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, it's very respectful of you to do to me. I didn't do anything. I don't know any fighting myself. I'm just it's just I'll just grab a shirt and just give it a good shake, and hopefully the person will stop. That is tremendous. Thank you. I don't want to do it back to you. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about this discipline here. Wah, that thing. Oh, that is fantastic. How sharp you make your hands and your feet. Fantastic, guys. Great stuff. Can I take you to lunch? May I take you to lunch? Fantastic. Okay, great. Yes? Okay, bow. Please stop fighting though, because one of you is bleeding very badly. End scene. That's a teacher breaking up a karate fight who has no idea about karate. KP said, Matt Taven is an awesome person. I love him. Leo said, were there other wrestlers who thought wrestling isn't wrestling was terrible when it first came out? I was definitely one of them. I was actually talking to someone a couple of weeks ago about it. Yeah. Spot Center said the Carriage Inn won a People's Choice thing in a local newspaper last week. Maybe it was for their cigarette machine. So, Spot Center, I don't know if you know this. I have been to the Carriage Inn. It would be after IWC, and it's a bar that they had an after party in. And there is a smoking section, and there is a cigarette machine. And when I saw that cigarette machine, so I'm old enough to, when I was a child, cigarette machines were still a thing. And you would look at them and mess around with them as a kid. 'Cause it's like a jukebox or something. It's like a little arcade game of death. So seeing it took me right back, and it's so weird. David said, what's your earliest memory of seeing the late great Dame Angela Lansbury on stage and or screen? I never liked the Broomsticks movie. I really was not a fan at all. So probably my earliest memory is probably Beauty and the Beast. I don't know if I remembered it at the time. And then, of course, just Mame. She was so wonderful in Mame. Okay. I need more coffee. She's so wonderful in Mame, but the clips from the Grammys, I think, is where I remember it most. Murder, She Wrote, I watched sparingly. And then she was in, oh God, what is the detective movie? Son of a bitch. It's a Pierrot movie. I'm getting them all confused in my head. But I will also say, I love her VHS Positive Moves, in which she stretches and does things for her circulation, and then gets out of the bath and teaches you how to rub lotion on yourself if you've never done that before. SM said, this makes you the Uncle RJ. No, it doesn't. I'm not even, yeah. Yemeni said, The Godfather? If you were a scary Godfather, who would you give the kiss of death to? I don't want that. I would feel bad. It's too much of a burden. I wouldn't do it. I would tell people, I could. And then you got to deal with them dying. Oh my God, a throuple of godparents. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, maybe there is. I'll let you know. Joe said, any truth to Chella trying to do a 2-pack of you and David? Because I feel that would sell out. I don't know if they tried. I think they had asked about David. And I feel like Zombie Taylor guy asked about David too. And for whatever reason, I don't think it happened. But I think it's a little too. I think the bloom is off the rose for a 2-pack, certainly. Although I think it's hilarious that David still doesn't have an action figure yet. Mikey said, "My Two Godfathers is a perfect sitcom." It wasn't that movie with Billy Crystal and Robin Williams that should have been good and then wasn't. Fred Bailey said, "Greetings and salutations." Oh, Lord, I'm so far behind. Mia said, "I'm happy for Dalton, but Ring of Honor needs a TV deal." Why are you telling me? Tell the TV company. Nicholas said, "In his casuals, defending the honor of Ring of Honor." Josh said, "Did I miss any more conversations held by your pecs?" Only one, but very briefly. Leo said, "Is getting ghosted by a woman a form of low self-esteem therapy? Is getting ghosted by a woman from a low self-esteem therapy group really tragic? No, it's a good learning experience. You should embrace it." Adam says, "Ed Kalehoff composed the Card Sharks theme, which is tremendous. The Card Sharks theme was also used for the Alex Trebek Double Dare from the 70s. He also composed the Nick Double Dare theme, which is a little too it was too guitar heavy. Too late 80s, early 90s for me. That Card Sharks theme, fantastic." Matt Sandy said, "If you were on Card Sharks, would you intentionally make your answers as long as possible? Some contestants on there over-explain." I don't know. I think women do like apples. Most women I've seen do like apples. I've seen a couple of them eating apples, and then they will bite into it, and they will chew it, and they will swallow it, and they'll go, that's a good apple. So I'm going to say 78% of women. Leo said he was always going on about Herbalife. You are the one obsessed with this now, Leo. You're going to have to let it go. You're going to have to let Herbalife die. Nell said, "RJ has a track show. You can reuse the Hey W sign." What are we talking about here? Fred said, "Greetings." Said, "Good to have you back, Fred Bailey." He's come home. Courtney said, "I had my niece's kid convinced that quasar and kushu were swear words. I told him you could go to jail for saying quasar." I think you can in certain circles. Spot Center said, "What was your favorite concentration puzzle that you solved?" I once figured out that the TH with the downward line pointed at under meant thunder. I was so proud. I was 48 and watching retro TV. I never really got into concentration. I'm so sorry. Sean said, "I like wrestling and wrestling. I clearly have no taste." It's conceptually incorrect because it's very forgiving and assumes that everything from wrestling within the inside is intentionally connected, and it's not. So it's just drawing lines between dots when they don't really exist, you know? Rod said, "Is People from Ohio RJ's number one demo?" It seems to be. Bassett said, "I'm an improv maestro." Thank you. Allie said, "Here in Pennsylvania, there's a huge area referred to as Pencil-tucky, but the cities are rad. You should come out next time you're in Philly." I've only been to Philadelphia once, and it's when me and David wrestled Tyrus and Robbie E for House of Hardcore. And then we went to a diner. This was my favorite moment. And sometimes I had these great moments with David and there's no cameras around and I get upset because we're making, a documentary. And he said, "I want to go to this diner before the show." And I said, "Well, why do you want to go to this diner?" I said, "Oh," they said, "well, it's famous, so it's got to be good." And my response was, "You're famous." Christine said, "My 10-year-old daughter refuses to swear in front of me. We were chanting at the guns at AW, and she chanted butt boys, which I'm sure somehow they'll probably like even less." It's a different connotation. Mia said, "Anyone see that horrible Halloween Ends movie? I haven't even seen the beginning of it." Nail said, "It's not swearing because it's written on Billy's trunks." Leo has 60-second seen Max Landis reviewing the Warlord episode of AEW in a way that's stupid, pretentious, and makes zero sense. You spelt sense incorrectly, number one. Number two, I don't really want to ascribe a name to this person. So let's just say an avuncular person who prides themselves on overflating their intelligence. You see what happened is the genius of this interview, and when people like this interview, is that they knew they were going there. They knew they were heading there. Was it what 8 years ago? So they had this match. They started that whole feud. That's really why they got into the business, to get into this interview, and that's what's so fantastic about it. Wardlow and RJ plotted this from the beginning. They said, "Hey, let's get into the business." So years later, we'll have a payoff. You never see long-term storytelling like that anymore, and the only way it's possible because they did it retroactively. They met each other, I'm sure, in an Amish village, and they plotted together with each other's horses. And they said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to wrestle in the Indies. We're going to middle around a little. Then we'll have a connection, a little stable. The stable will break down. We'll wrestle once. I will slap you very hard, said RJ. He said, I won't really slap you hard, but you'll pretend that I did. And then we won't talk about it for years and years and years and years. And then we'll both go our separate ways. RJ goes to one company. Wardlow goes to the other. RJ joins the company that Wardlow's in, and then slowly starts doing the show. And then 28, 29 episodes in, then we have this payoff. That's cinema. That's art that only wrestling can provide. And scene. I hope that was indignant enough for you. Oh, Lord. Why am I so far behind? There we go. Amanda said, Chella is 100% on board. Major Pod Group is talking and said that they want you and David. Let me tell you that they are so fully shit. Matt Cardona was like, I'd love to get you an action figure, but it'll take so long, it'll probably be signed by then. You made no attempt. You made no offer. What are you doing? And your fiance owes me $10. Have you absorbed her poor ethics? Adam said, Father's Day with the Sugar Ray cameo. What? Leo said, did you? Oh, my God. I know exactly what you're talking about now. Leo said, did you burn your bridges with the Wrestling Code video game people that led to the Orton back and forth? No, because there was never a bridge there. So I don't see. You can't really burn something if it's not there. Joe said, someone was in the Major Wrestling Figures Pod group saying he really wanted to do one and wanted to reach out to you. Is it that hard to contact me? I think you're both overdue for a figure. Amanda said, David and RJ 2-pack will legit happen. Yeah, I'm sure that David's manager will be fine with him licensing his likeness for such an endeavor. Lomax said, I managed to catch you live again. My favorite YouTuber. Kind of an insult. Rachel said, I'm still trying to find a base for a custom RJ Funko Pop because I feel like I need one, but can't find one that looks right. Maybe a Gaston? Throwing it out there. SM hasn't heard from their croissant dealer in months. Maybe they flaked. Take a minute to appreciate the content, the quick solo repartee I'm providing you with right now. Okay? You got that in real time. Is it the best? If you wrote it on a piece of paper and read it 5 minutes from now, would it be hilarious? No. But in the moment, being able to see it happen live like that, instantaneous, mind you, just think about it and appreciate it, okay? So all I want is a small amount of appreciation and, I guess, money. Yimini said, I know I'm late, but speaking of Ring of Honor, can we just say that Jared Goat is the best thing to happen to Ring of Honor? We can. Sean said, oh, yes, absolutely, I agree. Even at the time, I was like, he was acting like Triple H set out to tell this 20-year story, and he did not. I assure you, from week to week, continuity does not make any sense in wrestling. So let's all just relax here. Rod said, will you be at the Norfolk event near the end of the month? So, to reiterate, because a lot of people assume that as I'm with AEW, even though I don't have a graphic, but that's a story for another day. People assume that I'm there every week. I'm not. I usually come in like once a month. I think the next time I will be in New Jersey for Full Gear, and we'll be gearing up. And there's a big commercial for it, and the bridge is golden. And I go, San Francisco? And they go, no, this is New Jersey. I said, okay. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. I don't know how long. I don't know if it's a whole week endeavor. It's a Saturday pay-per-view, so there'll probably be no AEW that week. Nevertheless, I will be there. I will be doing things. I was in Toronto, obviously, this week, and we filmed a bunch more stuff. Some of it is great, and some of it is not. And you're just going to have to wait and find out which is which. Aaron has been a member for 30 months. I think that people need a little. They're playing my song. It was a song from a Neil Simon play sung by the wonderful Robert Klein. Okay. Oh, they're playing my song. Oh, yes, they're playing my song. Oh, and they're playing my song. Everybody's got to shh, shh, shh. Don't say a word now. Listen to that sweet melody. I'm happy to say, in my own humble way, every perfect note of that was written by me. Oh, they're playing my tune. Oh, it's ending so soon. That couple half out the door has come back to hear more of my music. At first, I thought this place was a dive. I chose it in haste, but they sure they got taste. As long as they're playing my song, who would have known? 9 months ago, I would give birth at my piano. In all honesty, I've got to admit, I knew this song would be an international hit. Oh, they're playing my tune. Too bad it's ending so soon. But when we all gotta go to know that they'll be playing. Oh God, I'm praying they'll be playing. They'll be playing my song. They're playing our song. There's a female part as Lucy Arnaz did it. And it was good. It was great. You can watch it also on YouTube, and it's ridiculous. It's the greatest dancing I've ever seen. Leo has a 60-second scene request. Jerry Lewis and Rodney Dangerfield doing an Andrew Tate-like podcast teaching men how to be alpha males. Leo, you gotta let this bro male culture shit go. I've only heard about Andrew Tate in terms of people complaining about him, which is good because I was not going in those circles, so I don't know that much to give you the authentic experience of that, unfortunately. Oh, I hope. Oh, okay. Rodney and Jerry Lewis. Oh, thank you for watching the show. Yeah, thanks for watching. We're a couple of guys here. Oh, we're men, and we certainly, this day and age, we need the men. You got to have the men doing what they do, being who they are. I tell you, I'm losing so much testosterone eating soy this, eating almond that. I'm losing my nuts because I'm eating them. I understand what you're going for there. Folks, and I say folks meaning men because I'm sure that they're the only people who should be listening, because we're speaking at a frequency right now. It's almost like a dog whistle. The female ear can't hear it. It's attuned to the male ear. It's better for the male ear. And we will be playing Avenged Sevenfold in between the commercial breaks to give you more of that. It's a dopamine thing with the chemicals in the brain that you love. Oh, chemicals in my brain. Yeah, I think I got a bottle of bleach in there. All right, correct. Anyway, coming up is more Avenged Sevenfold, and then an interview with the lead singer of Avenged Sevenfold. And scene. Is that what you wanted? Because that's what you got. Rachel said Halloween Ends was actually better than I expected to be. Just watch Hey W instead of just movies. Got to give more Jamie Lee Curtis. Matt Sandy said Buzzer just moved Max Games / Hollywood Squares hour from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. That's a shame. I enjoyed watching that trailer. That is a shame. That's terrible. David RJ Tupac, that's the ticket. Probably, sure not. Amanda said it's not Matt Cardona. It's legit the guy from Cella, pretty sure. No, I'm telling you, Matt Cardona said that to me. I'm talking from a personal experience I had with him. Matt Sandy said, I watched your WWE Superstars video. Oh, that's when I played the old arcade game. My own anxiety was spiking when Andre got tagged in. He will straight fuck you up. I will also say, if you want to see me happier than I've ever been before, I did a reaction to all the intros from Designing Women this week. And oh my God, I was so happy. Neil said, Amanda, when we ordered from Cella, we had to do it via Instagram. Then the account we paid was deleted. The figure took almost a year. It was super sketchy at the time, I'll say. Christine said, the number of times I have cackled out loud and gotten weird looks during this episode. Well, get off the curb. Rachel said, the Gaston Pop does not have enough hair and is totally overdressed. So you can see a nude. Maybe there's like a Gina Gershon, maybe? Does she have a pop? Leo said, since YouTuber Logan Paul is going for the WWE Championship in his third match, do you think you, as a YouTuber, will fight for the AEW Championship in your third match? What? Why do why am I being identified as a YouTuber as if no one else is on YouTube or as if I'm exclusively on YouTube? I do other things. I'm still in syndication, you know? So maybe call me a syndicated athlete. Michelle said, I'm on the road, so I'm having a mocha from McDonald's. That doesn't end the friendship, does it? Well, it certainly doesn't help, Michelle. Spot Center said, the lack of one can of pumpkin puree is stopping me from creating a vegan pumpkin flavored cinnamon roll. So many $50 Instacart orders happen because I need just one thing. Pumpkin puree, the canned pumpkin, for some reason, it tastes delicious. You mix it with a banana and a smoothie, and it is, seriously. I know, I used to have it. I used to go in this. It's a whole juice fast thing. I'm not going to get into it now. As Em said, Leo, don't put that out into the universe. He could be talking about a wide variety of things. Happy Human Adventure said, do you have a list of fictional wrestling names that you would start your own wrestling company with? Yes, I do. I'll give you a starter. Jimi Hindrance, always in the way of something with his guitar. Lukewarm is at the top of my list. Paul the Paul Man Paulson. he's another one. Those are the only two I'm going to get you. Dawn Knotts. These are just old recycled drag names I wanted to use. Amanda said we need Mark Henry to call again. I saw Mark Henry this week, and who did he bring? Because all Olympians just apparently hang out with each other. They have this club. The world's fastest man, Canadian hero Donovan Bailey, was backstage. I didn't want to. I was nice to him, and I talked to him, and he was a sweet fella. And I was like, I don't want a picture. Should I? Well, I do want a picture, but I didn't want to ask for one. And it was like, I was trying to explain to people who he was, and I was like, we had his poster in our classroom. For a while there, that was the only thing Canada could talk about was Donovan Bailey. That was like really important shit. Fred Bailey says, Show Tunes, Coffee, and RJ City. What could be better? Well, you could watch the latest episode of AEW with Wardlow. There's a lot going on there. Rob said, things like this, or why that girl from the low self-esteem group ghosted you, Leo. Aaron said it won't let me send just a croissant emoji. Well, that's a shame, but thank you for tipping for just that response. Neil said, saying Avenged Sevenfold in a Jerry Lewis voice. I didn't know anything of that. Oh, with the singing and then the na-na-na. Nathan said, I learned who Mildred Burke was this week. Nathan, let me tell you, she has a very good, I don't think she wrote it herself. She's a very good biography. I cannot remember the name of it, but a very interesting life. Should be researched, talked about more. Quite an interesting person. And I think she was on a couple TV shows too. I think, am I crazy? There's I think it's a sketch show and Paul Lynde's on it, and they do To Tell the Truth. And it's like, I'm the women's wrestling champion. And he's on this lineup. It's on YouTube. Yimini Cricket said, what are we talking about here? Mess Andy said, Meshack Taylor was a great game show guest and a tragic end. He seemed like a sweet, sweet man. Nathan said, I bought apple cider donuts today. I don't know how they will be. It's the fucking just the fall flavors. They just dominated because fall was about nothing really, flavor wise. Like Christmas, you got the candy cane, you got the hot chocolate, you got the gingerbread, and they were like, what? We're missing something here. Spring, what do you have in spring? Well, that's a good question. There should be what's the spring equivalent of like pumpkin spice? Christine said, I can't get off the curb. I'm waiting for my husband. He's running the half marathon like a true crazy person. Wait, did you beat him? And he's just all the way behind now? Amanda said, oh, Lord. Yimini Cricket said, oh, why did you skip me, RJ? There's a lot of things going on here. Sometimes I miss comments. Just going to have to calm down. Sean said, what arcade game was better than WrestleFest or Superstars? Wasn't one just tag teams? Yeah, Superstars, I think, was just tag teams. WrestleFest is, I mean, both games are great. WrestleFest is by far the better game. I would really hope that the AEW Fight Forever video game does very well. I'm sure I'll be playing it and doing a whole thing. But I really hope they make an arcade game too. Nathan said, I need the name of the biography. I don't know. Look at Mildred Burke biography. Type it in. Adam said, Fabulous Moolah was on To Tell the Truth twice. I have to go look up those episodes too. Jesus. Human Adventure said, okay, RJ giving smoothie advice with the pumpkin and the banana. I can't do peanuts since I recently developed the dumb allergy. I'll give that a shot. I think you will love it. Adam said, Paul Bosch was on To Tell the Truth. And I had sent, yesterday, I sent Jerry Lynn a picture of Nick Bockwinkel on the Monkees. He was on 2 episodes, and one of them he was a pirate. Pogirl said, good question, RJ. This will be on my mind all day. What is the essence of spring? Rod said, the spring treat are those marshmallow peeps. Agreed. But I'm talking about a flavor. Is the peep flavor is really, you think that's representative of spring, commercially speaking? Christine has a citrus request. I was going to request a song, but I can't think of anything. So thanks for making me laugh. Maybe I will just sing a song, sing it loud, sing it strong, sing of good things, not bad, sing of happy, not sad, sing a song, make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Sing a song. 2, 3, 4. La 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 la. La 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 la. Everybody. Yemeni said, oh, right. I thought you were holding a grudge, specifically how I called you out on your lack of Pokemon knowledge. I knew more Pokemon last week than I ever thought I would, so relax. Sean said, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm looking it up right now, the Mildred Burke bio is called Queen of the Ring by Jeff Leen, Leen. So there you go. Take it, read it, enjoy it. Rowdy said, is spring lemon flavor? I don't know. Isn't lemonade like the summer drink? That, don't you do that in the summer? Fred said, don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Well, it's not. Yemeni said, speaking of the Amish, the world has gone crazy that I'm starting to float the idea of dropping everything and living amongst the Amish. It might be weird to see an Asian dude among them. I don't know the rules in terms of letting you in. I don't know if there's an exclusive. I don't know if you can join. Maybe it's something you have to be born into, you know? But I felt, what are they going to say? No? Don't they want to grow the movement a little? Or they're too passive? You just shut all the lights off in your house today and see how you enjoy it. Mia said, Wawa does cotton candy for spring. Cotton candy is not spring. Cotton candy is summer. You're at a carnivalism shit. It's hot. Sorry, Wawa is fucking incorrect. Pole Girl just sent a tribute with a lemon. Very nice. Well done. Rachel said, you've never heard the la la part. Wow. Aaron said, everyone liked the video to claim good vibes for the week. Aaron's starting one of those weird superstitious chain letters. Leo said, I'm obsessed with male bro culture in a hate watch kind of way. I understand. I mean, I watch Mike Huckabee's talk show. It is unintentionally hilarious. That's why I want you to stay away from mulleted tit Theo Vaughn. It's so weird where so I had heard about that person. I think David was on the guy's show. Is he bad? And what makes him bad? I had not really heard that many bad things about him. Not that I talk about him often, or not that I heard great things about him. I just hadn't heard. Usually you're warned, pretty explicitly. So Amanda said, any song that has a good papa, papa. Papa, Papa. Bum, bum, dun, 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 dun. Um, oh, here's a good Papa. Uh, Here we go. I'm getting the lyrics out for this because it's very important. I haven't sung this song in ever on this show, so I'm excited. So put the papa in your head. Dun, 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 dun. Oh Lydia, say have you met Lydia? Oh Lydia, the tattooed lady. She has eyes that folks adore so, and a torso even more so. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen of them all. On her back is the Battle of Waterloo. Beside it, the wreck of the Hesperus, too. And proudly above waves the red, white, and blue. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La la la, la la la. La la la. We can skip the la parts. She can give you a view of the world in tattoo if you sell her where for a dime you can see. Kind of, I don't know how this part goes. Oh Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Oh Lydia, the tattooed lady. When her muscles start relaxing, up the hill comes Andrew Jackson. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the champ of them all. For 2 bits, she will do a mazurka in jazz with a view of Niagara that no artist has. And on a clear day, you can see Alcatraz. You can learn a lot from Lydia. La 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 la. There's more la. Come along and see Buffalo Bill. I don't know how that part goes. We'll just do the chorus parts here. Lydia, oh Lydia, say, have you met Lydia? Oh Lydia, the tattooed lady. When she stands, her laps go littler. When she sits on Hitler. Lydia, oh Lydia, that encyclopedia. Lydia, the queen of them all. She once swept an admiral clear off his feet. The ships on her hips made his heart skip a beat. And now the old boy's in command of the fleet, for he went and married Lydia. La la la, la la la. That's, I guess, a Groucho Marx song. Is he credited? No. Songwriters are E.Y. Harburg and Harold Allen. He certainly popularized it. If you've never heard the song, you can look it up and he sings it online. I hope, Amanda, that one worked for you. One of my favorites. SM said Theo associates questionable comedians. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Neil said, I have no idea who that is. I always end up on Google after these streams. Well, instead of that, go look up Lydia. Everyone seems to. It is a great song. Aaron said, if you don't forward this video to 5 of your friends, Stanley Tucci will arrive at your door with a plate of subpar pasta. What else is new? Neil said, this song is brilliant. SM said, back to work tomorrow with a week off. Rowdy loves the Lydia song. My mom used to sing that when I was a kid. Amanda said, I'm sitting here singing Papa, and it's getting faster and faster. Leo said, have you ever had to sign an ass? No, just other body parts. The breast was as erotic as it got. Human Adventure said, Burl Ives also sang Lydia. I did not know that. Progo said, nothing better than a Marx Brothers song. Mia said, have a wonderful week. See you soon. Mia said, go Bucks. Spot Centers is just face palming something for some reason. Christine said, bye, Mia. I'll have your pin in the mail soon. You can get my shirts on prowrestlingtees.com/RJ City. I have a spring store. I have Cameo. Go watch AEW with Wardlow. That's all I have to say. There's a lot going on there, and I'm happy we did it. And if you don't love me, at least love him. Love war. Make war, not love, is what I'm trying to say. Sweet Monkey Tuesday said, the first version of Lydia that came up on Google for me is by Kermit. That's sweet. Christopher said, go Bucks. Sure. Allie said, favorite body part to sign. It's got to be tight or else my signature looks like shit and I feel bad about it. It's got to be an area with like, like the skin has to be held. Does that make sense? It has to be a tense. Like this would be very easy. Something on like a hip, not so much. So use your heads. When getting your favorite wrestler to sign your body parts, use your heads. So there we go. Go watch the episode and then go tweet about it and tell them you want more and tell them you want those chairs all the time so they can put them on the truck and we can use them. And let's get a final look at these eyes. They're watching you as they watch all of us enjoy our day and Godspeed ourselves.